Welcome to Not Advised, the fantasy football podcast not based on research. So if you lose, don't blame us. But if you win, we're definitely taking credit. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Matt, and boy, let me tell you something. It's fun watching football without anything on the line.
I'm CJ. I still have a lot on the line. I won $100 this weekend.
Okay.
I'm Raymond. I ain't got nothing on the line in the pros. It's all about college. NFL sucks.
Yeah, well, what an exciting time for you. I can't believe everything that you've had happen the past 2.5 months of football has just been wild for you, right?
Oh, it's going to be great. Got the Hurricanes about to win a championship. And then next year, my side piece, the Texas Longhorns, they're going to win a championship too.
Yeah, well, save some of that for the college portion, the better side of Not Advised. But as far as NFL goes, man, this week was crazy. The first round of the playoffs delivered great.
Yeah, I think I'm still speechless from the greatness of all 4 days of football we had. 5 days, really, I guess. I don't know if I digested it all, but the NFL games were way better than what I thought they were going to be, minus Monday night's game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the Texans and Steelers game was the only one that was kind of disappointing.
Also, I don't think it's fair for the playoffs to have a Monday night game and they have to go and then play again on Sunday. Well, I just think they need the full amount of rest. I don't know why they couldn't add it to a Saturday or a Sunday game. That's just my thought. I feel like the Texans now are automatically at a disadvantage against the Patriots.
Nah, they going to smoke them.
So before we get to that, let's talk about some of the games that happened. Let's just talk about the main one. You know what I'm saying? The one that was the craziest, the Bears game. The Bears against the Packers.
Sure.
A 25-point comeback in the fourth quarter. Something that I wanted to get y'all's opinion on is I keep seeing a lot of people say that the Bears don't deserve credit for this game at all, and that nothing they did was special with this comeback. Specifically, a player on the Packers said that nothing they did was special, that the Packers just didn't finish the game. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, they kind of just let their foot off the gas here at the end, but they're just being haters too.
I think that's what Chicago's done all season. I think they've just come back in the late stages. Now, if you watch that game, Caleb Williams' first half looked like a complete bust. He looked like a terrible quarterback. And then I assume Ben Johnson went to halftime, told him it's F the Packers. He painted his nails and then came out in the second half and just looked like a playoff quarterback.
See, I don't know if I'm just watching a different game than everybody else. And maybe it's just because I don't look at all mistakes as making you terrible. But the first interception, I don't think it was his fault. I think Luther Burden ran the wrong route. The second interception, his main receiver fell down. The quick out route fell down, DJ Moore, because he's a bum. And then he had essentially the boogeyman running at him with his hands up in the air, and he was stuck in a back pedal. So he just tried to get rid of the ball, and of course it didn't go the way he wanted it to. But I feel like he wasn't. I feel like he wasn't playing horrible up until that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that a couple of things didn't go his way.
It ain't about how you start; it's about how you finish.
And it's all about how you finish. That's exactly right.
This is true. But my thing is that, one, I just want to say that even though obviously I picked the Bears, so I wanted the Bears to win, I called this. I was watching the game with somebody, and the second drive of the third quarter, when the Packers couldn't get anything going and they punted again, I said to the person I was watching it with, are the Packers about to throw this game? Because they had so many opportunities to get things going and put the game away, but it felt like their offense died after the first half.
Caleb's got a little bit of Jordan to him, and that's good for Chicago. Once he gets mad, he kind of turned it up a notch, I feel like.
That is true. I specifically have I have a little screenshot of him when they're down 21-6 or something like that, and he's like mouthing "fuck" on the sidelines to himself.
Well, that
And then
the other guy like tried to twist his ankle or something, or like put his foot out and he like stepped on his ankle.
yeah, he like kicked his leg and it like made him roll his ankle.
Yeah, after that it was over.
Oh, dude, I thought he was out whenever he rolled his ankle. I didn't know what happened until I saw the replay. Dude, I thought he broke it the way he rolled it so bad. It was insane. I I thought he was gonna quit in the second quarter when you see him on the hot mic on the sideline. I thought he quit the team. I didn't think there was a second half in him. But I guess Ben Johnson pulls it out.
Yeah, he was not happy on the sidelines at all.
No.
But one of the things that I specifically want to give like so much credit to Caleb for was he took a beating in this game. Dude. I feel like he was hit on every single throw in the second half.
I think it was at least twice every series he was on his back.
And he got up and kept playing through it. He didn't let it waver him at all in the second half.
Shout out to that tight end though. That tight end's Loveland, rookie.
Yeah, dude, Colston Loveland.
That rookie to rookie. Well, I guess Caleb's not a rookie, but the rookie to young blood connection, bro. It's future's bright in Chicago.
They drafted him over Warren, so hopefully he is living up to it.
And I guess this was his like breakout game, right, for Loveland?
Pretty
like
much,
his like big game.
Sort of. He's had a couple big games throughout the year, and I thought he was going to be one of the main turning points for the offense to be someone that's more consistent for Caleb. But it's just taken a long time to I guess gain the trust of Caleb. But I mean, if he didn't gain the trust this week, I don't know when he's going to, because he was catching some dang good balls out there.
Yeah, Caleb also deserves his flowers because he's still continuing to throw the ball to literally every receiver on the roster.
Yeah. What do y'all think about McManus? You think he's done in Green Bay?
No, but the way the NFL works, probably.
Missed extra point and then missed field goal, and then that's the reason they lose.
Game. Yeah.
Not unless they draft that Ole Miss kicker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Kicker world in the NFL is so strange. I think what's his name? The Baltimore Ravens kicker?
Justin Tucker?
Yeah, he's still available. So.
Yeah, he still hates women.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, doesn't he have some controversy behind him or something?
I don't know if
like
it was him that hates women or what.
That's the Chiefs kicker.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it was him or the Chiefs kicker. Somebody. I can't remember.
I forgot
what
what Tucker did.
I think he likes massage parlors like Deshaun.
Okay, interesting. Well, on the other side of the ball, Jordan Love had a hell of a day. Didn't really make any mistakes. Just couldn't get the job done when he needed to. I think he threw for over 304 touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I called it. Said he's going to outplay Caleb and they're going to lose. It just seems like that's how the Packers games always go. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, you called that to a T. I mean, that's exactly how the game was. I agree with everything you just said, though. I feel like that's just how Green Bay's seasons have gone the last few seasons. Like most recent memory. I don't think it's Jordan Love. I think it's maybe the lack of talent surrounding him / maybe the coaching.
It's like they got a bunch of wide receiver threes on that roster. Thankfully, Golden broke out a little bit. He had that nice touchdown, but they got to go get a dog.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good. Dobbs looked good. Christian Watson didn't do too much. I think he had one or two good catches, but outside of that, he had a couple drops. Jaden Reed had a big drop in the fourth quarter. I don't know, though. Like, Jordan Love only did good in the first half.
Yeah. I also think part of the reason they lost is Josh Jacobs couldn't get going. He only had like 50 yards, and I felt like he had 100 carries.
Yeah, I feel like neither team could get the running game going at all.
None of their players really feel like they have an edge to them. Like, the only player that they had was Tucker Kraft. He's like the one's going to fight through everything. He'd be the one you go to in the fourth quarter, and of course, he broke his knee or whatever.
Tragically.
Yeah, I feel like they've tried to improve their roster, or the receiving cores rather. They just can't hit on the right receiver.
They got too many Jalen Waddles out there, not enough George Pickens.
Yeah, I mean, they've drafted Christian Watson. Was he first round?
I think back in the first round, maybe early second, yeah.
And then Matthew Golden.
No,
I mean, they're
no,
just
yeah. Christian Watson was not first then, because Golden was the first wide receiver that they drafted first round in a long
uh,
time.
A
okay.
very,
Yeah,
very
you're
long
right. You're
time.
right. Christian Watson was end of second. But I just feel like they can't hit on the receivers, and I feel like that would make be having a different conversation with them overall
The problem,
if
I
they
think they just keep hitting on like 6 out of 10 receivers instead of like hitting on like a 8 or 9 out of 10.
yeah,
Like they're all good independently, but they're at
correct.
best a wide receiver 2 on each team.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, let's transition to this game into another game that is coming up because the Rams barely pulled it out against the Panthers,
Oh
and
boy.
now they get to go against the Bears. And I want to know y'all's thoughts on, do you think that we need to put more respect on the Panthers name, or do you think that the Rams are not as good as we think they are?
Hmm.
Think
I,
it was more of like a West Coast team traveling to East Coast, kinda like JD was talking about last week.
Yeah, but I thought that was supposed to give them an advantage or something. Isn't that what he was saying?
I don't remember exactly, but I
they're
think it
jet
was
lagged.
just there was a lot going into that game. I don't think the Panthers are as good as beating the Rams. I think it's just maybe they matched up well against them.
Yeah, people be sleeping on BY.
I
Bryce
feel the same
Bryce
way,
Young's the
CJ.
truth. Bryce Young's the truth, man. Speaking of receiver threes, that man's got nobody on his team, and they almost pulled it out and beat the Rams.
Don't you talk about Ted McMillan and Jalen Coker like that.
Yeah, I know.
They put up games this weekend.
Yeah, but finally, I mean, Ted's been doing it all season, and Coker was hurt for half the season.
Exactly.
But yes, I think the whole NFC South future is bright, but I think Carolina will continue to make the playoffs, assuming they keep the head coach and pick up Bryce Young's fifth option. I think the future is bright in Carolina.
And people keep sleeping on him because that toddler's gotta take a nap every 4 games. Like,
It's only 4 losses for the year, though, so it's fine.
I mean, yeah, they got in the playoffs, but I don't know, something about that team, man. It just it don't
They
it does
covered the
not
spread.
it doesn't make you feel good.
I hear you. I understand.
I get where you're coming from. I just I don't know. I think that the Panthers are way better than people are giving them credit for. I think specifically to CJ's point, Bryce Young is a dog, and he's actually a very, very good quarterback. I mean, he was making some impeccable throws this weekend. So let's transition to the game. What do we think about Bears versus Rams? How do you think this game's going to play out? Unfortunately,
That's my answer.
unfortunately, my confidence in the Bears is now gone. I don't think that they can get past the Rams.
Both NFC games for me are a toss-up. Shout out to Raymond and his brand new jersey, though, but with the Rams-Bears game, the Rams are favorited by 3.5. It's in Chicago, correct? Because they're the lowest seed. It's in the Windy
Yes.
City.
Yeah, Chicago's the 2 seed.
I don't think the Rams pull it out. I want to see Matthew Stafford get a ring so bad. But the way that they played against Carolina, I think Caleb has another deep fourth quarter comeback in him. I can like picture it. The Rams are up, and then the home team pulls it out.
Things are weird. Like, they could beat anybody, but they could lose to anybody,
The
so
Bears are the same way. They lost to the Browns.
exactly, so nobody really knows.
No, they didn't. That was the Packers that lost to the Browns.
If we're just looking at this on paper, though, what do you think about this game, Ray?
I think it's gonna be about the same as last week. I hate to just default back to it, but I think Caleb's gonna outplay Matthew Stafford, but the Rams are gonna win.
Okay. But the Rams are
Like,
going to win.
I think Caleb's gonna do what he gotta do, but I think McVay's gonna outcoach Ben Johnson and put him in a blender.
Be
Okay.
good learning moment for Ben Johnson, though. I don't think that's necessarily a loss if that actually does happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is Ben Johnson's first year, right? Yeah, so I mean, what it doesn't matter at all what the outcome of this game is. They've had a phenomenal year under Ben Johnson, and they can only get better from here. It's not like they've got pieces that are going to be detrimental losing this season or anything like that. Yeah, I don't think that Caleb will outperform Stafford just because Stafford's been insane this year.
VP.
So I do think that it'll be like one of those typical Stafford games, 4 touchdowns, 280 yards, and they get the job done. I think who will make the biggest difference here is the Rams running backs. I think the receivers are going to do whatever they're going to do, but Kyron Williams and Blake Corum, they need to get something going on the ground, and if they don't get something going on the ground, I think it could spell trouble for Stafford,
especially in the Windy City. It's going to be chilly.
I just feel like Stafford's like going to just do what he has to do and not necessarily go for like the big stats and like carry the team. I think he ends the day with like 200 yards, maybe a touchdown, but like they just still win handedly because he doesn't have to do anything.
So you think the defense is going to be a big part of this?
Defense and running game, I think. Like you said, I think the running backs are going to carry the load there.
Well, let's get some score predictions on the game. What do you think it's going to end up here?
14. I think it's going to be about a 10-point game.
Okay. CJ?
17-14 Bears.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to go like 28-24 Rams. I think that'll be
win so bad.
Yeah, I think the Rams will win.
Yeah,
pretty handily. I don't think it's going to be an issue. Let's go ahead and jump over to the next NFC game here. Seahawks against the 49ers.
Be careful now. You got a jersey on.
Right,
go ahead, let your bias show.
49ers are my Super Bowl pick, so I still think they're going to beat the Seahawks. I think
even without Kittle,
Ton just ain't bad, man. Like I feel like whenever Kittle was out, like Ton just really didn't miss a beat for Kittle. Like
yeah, dude. I mean, he played maybe not just as good as Kittle, but
he played that Kittle. Man style of tight end that Kittle plays.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he definitely filled in. That's the perfect tight end for to
replace him.
Have the handcuff for because Kittle's not reliable. But
yeah, I know they're
going Niners.
Yeah, I know the Seahawks kind of smoked them the last game of the season. It wasn't really high scoring. It was 13-3 or something like that.
I think that last game of the season was a fluke.
CJ, I think he said the Seahawks are his Super Bowl pick.
No, the 49ers.
The 49ers are your Super Bowl pick.
Yeah, I had 49ers Chargers, so obviously, not looking that great.
Okay. And right now, off the top of y'all's heads, maybe CJ, you could be looking it up. Did the Seahawks beat the 49ers both games this season? Because they have to face twice, right?
No, they split it 1-1.
They split it 1-1? Okay. In that case, then I do have I feel more comfortable picking the Seahawks because if the Seahawks beat them both times, I think everyone in here knows how hard it is for a team to beat someone 3 times in a row. So it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. I think the Seahawks, I don't think that the rest gets to them. I think they come out with this handily.
I will say they split, but the away team won both games.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. And then that doesn't make me feel better about what I just said because now I know that the game Niners. Is in Seattle.
Yeah. I'm going to ride high. The Seahawks were my Super Bowl pick, so I'm going to go with the 12th man and go with the Seahawks. I just think the Niners have too many injuries this late in the season.
Every week. It seems to be a new one. Have y'all seen the thing about like the electro
power plant?
Power plant, yeah.
Yeah, the substation on their practice field, and that's why they have so many injuries.
Yes,
and have you seen the stat with how many injuries they have compared to the other teams?
A coincidence.
That's kind of nuts.
I mean, I don't know the stat, but I know it's not like I know off the top of my head. I just know that they have a fuck ton of injuries.
It's like so much more than any other team.
It's like once a week somebody tears their ACL or something.
I can only imagine, dude. I feel like everybody on that team is always hurt.
Yeah. Now I understand why. I thought it was like coaching or something at first, but now it's just the electrical magnetic energy that is in the bodies, and then their bodies can't take it.
So who do you think is going to be the game changer in this?
That Seahawks tight end. I don't know his name, but
AJ Barner?
The Barner guy. I feel like he just catches a touchdown at the perfect moment in every game that I've seen the Seahawks highlight for.
I hope so. I like that little dance he does.
I like AJ Barner a lot, dude. He's one of my favorite tight ends to watch.
CJ has him at Dynasty too. He doesn't even know it.
Do I?
Yeah,
he doesn't even
really?
know it, dude.
I
didn't know that.
I know your roster better than you do.
I didn't know.
I feel like you know everybody's roster better than they do.
Brother, that's why I'm a 2-time champion.
That is true.
CJ, who do you think is going to be a big game? Nope. Sorry. Raymond, who do you think is going to be a big game changer in this one?
Oh, brother. CMC probably 100%. I will say a sneaky one. Maybe it's not sneaky anymore because he just had a big game. But DeMarcus Robinson, like me and CJ were talking about him before we started, he's kind of showing out a little bit.
He is. He's showing up when they need him to. I was confused. Honestly, whenever I saw some of the plays happening, I thought it was Brandon Ayuk out there. I was like, wait a minute. I thought that man didn't play for this team anymore. But I've never known DeMarcus Robinson to be a good receiver. You know?
He's always been like a Green Bay Packers level wide receiver. Like,
yeah.
okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, he's not the person I expect to step up when needed. But I mean, listen, Jawan Jennings also stepped up. That pass was incredible.
Jawan Jennings has as many touchdown passes as Justin Herbert does in the playoffs, by the way. Justin Herbert's a bomb. I've been waiting all day for you to say something. Justin Herbert deserves the Tua effect. If Tua's getting benched, Justin Herbert deserves to get benched. Anyways, Juwan Johnson had a very nice throwing touchdown.
I also seen the stat that he was a higher recruit in college as a quarterback than Lamar Jackson and somebody else.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Juwan Johnson. He was a higher rated quarterback recruit than Lamar
Jackson. Quarterback in college.
Well, I did not know that, but I mean, that pass should have told me that because it looked great. It was a phenomenal pass and even better catch by CMC. CMC had like a couple crazy catches in this game, by the way.
Yeah, that one was on the fingertips. I mean, that one was like at the edge of his hands. He could have, if it wasn't CMC, somebody else would have dropped that.
He had another one in the game where he like jumped up between two defenders to go get the ball. And it just made me think, could have CMC have had a great wide receiver career as well? Been like a Wes Welker type of receiver?
I mean, that's what he's done this year.
It is kind of what he's done. He's had like well over 100 receptions, which is nuts.
I mean, that's a third string receiver. That's a second string. That's a option B at the receiving position.
Right. I don't think any receiver had more catches on the team than he did.
Again,
I don't know if the receiver position had more receptions than he did on the year.
It's great, and somehow he still ended up with 1,200 rushing yards. By the way.
Yep. He's like the main factor for the team. If I had to pick somebody, I mean, Raymond said CMC is the game changer. If I had to pick somebody for the 49ers, that's who I think can take them to the promised land. But I truly think the game changer in this battle is going to be Sam Darnold. We haven't really seen him perform in the playoffs. You know, every time we've seen him, he hasn't been that great.
Yeah, when we do, he sees ghosts. So
exactly. So I expect him, if he gets it together out there, I think he's going to be the reason the Seahawks win this game.
And by that, you mean like game manager Sam Darnold, right? Like just
I don't want him doing anything fancy. I want him to look at JSN. If JSN's not there, throw it to your safety blanket and AJ Barner.
Okay, I got it. I've been looking at this. He's ranked higher than Sam Darnold in high school as a quarterback and Joe Burrow.
That's nuts. That's Jawan Jennings?
Jawan Jennings.
My goodness.
That's crazy. One more stat for CMC. He had 102 receptions for 924 yards, while 311 carries for 1,200 yards. Why isn't he in the MVP conversation? He's got over 2K all-purpose yards.
He doesn't play quarterback.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's insane. That's a crazy year.
That's just a CMC year, though. Like, everybody expects it if he's healthy, too. That's
correct.
Part of the problem.
All I've heard all year is that CMC's old, right? So he shouldn't be doing this.
He had this basically different like receiving yards, but all-purpose yards. He had the same in 2023 as he did this year, which is nuts.
Yeah,
he's definitely the difference maker and the reason why I think they're probably this deep into the playoff run in general.
Well, let's get some score predictions real quick. What do y'all think the score is going to be? I'm thinking 21-17 Seahawks.
17-13 Seahawks.
17-13 is the exact score of week 1 when the 49ers won. I do think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be like 15 to 15 to like 10.
Wow. Okay. What a weird 15, huh?
Gotta
You're expecting a safety up in there, huh? That's the only way that has to happen. Yeah.
5 field goals.
True. I forgot that you could just be field goals.
The spread on this is Seahawks are favored by 7.5.
Wow.
The half
I feel
number
like that's
is
a little
important
much.
the half number is important for bets, by the way. So 7.5. But yeah, home team's favored 7.5. That seems like a lot. Seems like a lot to me.
Okay. Well, let's move on to some AFC matchups here. And before we actually get into the matchup that we're going to talk about next, which is Patriots Texans, let's talk a little bit about the who the Texans beat real quick, because we had some breaking news happen today, just a little while ago, where Tomlin has stepped down from the position of coach of the Steelers.
Overrated.
How crazy is that?
He's overrated.
How can Zach Taylor be the lone coach left in that division?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That just tells you that the Bengals don't care about winning.
They don't want to pay a fired coach.
Unbelievable. All the other coaches have, call it what you want, he was going to get fired anyway. All the other coaches have gotten let go or stepped down, and Zach Taylor's the only one left. That's what I think about that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Raymond, do you think Tomlin's overrated?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Why?
won a Super Bowl off the back of Bill Cowher's team. And ever since then, I mean, what has he done? He is literally just the modern day Jeff Fisher.
Oh, okay.
So he's only got one Super Bowl?
Yeah. I think
it was the team he inherited against the Cardinals, right?
Yeah. He lost Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Like, ever since then, he can't do nothing with his own team.
He's got a winning season, but loses in the playoffs,
I think
right?
the best coordinator he's had on his staff was Todd Haley.
Yeah.
So I think he's overrated.
So you wouldn't want him as the Dolphins head coach?
I mean, he'd probably be an upgrade over anything I've ever seen in my life, but I still think he's overrated.
Okay.
Like, he's a good leader.
That makes me feel a little bit better about what you've said so far.
He's a good leader, but I mean, that's about it. That's the only quality he has, I feel like.
You think he stays in division and goes to the Ravens?
Imagine Harbaugh goes to the Steelers. Tomlin goes to the Browns.
That's exactly what I was actually thinking.
Goes to the Ravens.
That would be crazy.
That
would be nuts.
I don't think there was any bad bloods. I don't think he'd go to the Ravens or anything.
Or the Browns, even though he could turn around that franchise.
The report is he
wants
a warmer climate, but
I think he's going to end up in Atlanta.
I think he takes the year off personally, but who knows?
He's going to pull a Sean Payton, take the year off, and then accept a coaching job next year.
Anybody that signs him is going to have to give the Steelers some kind of compensation because he's still under contract.
Yeah, because he stepped down and didn't get fired.
Yep.
So exactly like the Sean Payton situation. Interesting. Well, while we're on the topic of coaches, real quick before we move on, Eagles fired their offensive coordinator, which if y'all are on the internet like I am, y'all probably saw the little kid calling for it in the streets.
Yeah, I did see that. I think it's much deserved. I feel bad for Jalen Hurts. He's not had the same coordinator since his first year at Alabama, more than 2 years in a row. I think it was much needed. I don't think the coordinator ran that offense the right way. Obviously, we've argued about it for 18 weeks about the lack of production at the receiving core and Saquon not getting going. I think it's directly the offensive coordinator's fault. Also, while we're on that topic, I think there's a conversation to be had with the head coach. I don't know if they should retain him or not, but
hey, went Super Bowl last year and trying to get rid of. I mean, Philly fans are ruthless, so I could see it happening.
Yeah, but do you think it's deserved, or do you think they should hold on to him?
I think he's overrated. We're talking about overrated. I think he's an overrated coach.
It's so hard to say that with how much they've won with him there, though. Yeah.
I don't know what he brings to the team.
I think it's all the management. Personally, they've had 3 coaches. The past 3 coaches they've had have all been to or won a Super Bowl. They did it with Nick Sirianni. They did it with Doug Peterson. Obviously, you know how Andy Reid was. So I think it's just as an organization, it's just a solid organization. When they've done that too, there's been 3 different quarterbacks, basically 3 whole teams, 3 different teams that have been to the championship. Obviously, Andy Reid never got it done, but he's still a great coach.
Yeah, we know how good Andy Reid is, but so do you think that Sirianni should just not be a head coach in general, CJ, or do you think that he's just not a good fit for the Eagles?
I don't think he should be a coach in general. I don't think he's got a hold of the locker room. I think, and it may just be the organization, but I think he's lost the locker room overall.
I
mean, there's
agree with
just
that.
too much drama. Even last year, even though they won the Super Bowl, I mean, there were weeks where we were talking about it that we didn't know if they were going to make the playoff run. That they had. AJ Brown obviously is AJ Brown, but there were more things that were coming out of the organization last year too. So
too hot-headed and emotional to be a head coach, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be level-headed.
And maybe it's just the way that media portrays everything, but it truly does feel like that whole locker room is divided. It doesn't feel like anyone is having each other's backs, whether it be the coach or the players, vice versa. It just does, like you said, CJ, it does feel like he doesn't have the locker room, and the locker room doesn't want him. It feels like, at least.
I'll say, in my opinion, I think it's the offense that's all divided. I think the defense is just all together. Like, they're just out there having fun, doing their thing. I think it's all pure offense. And I don't know the Eagles well enough to know if he's an offensive or defensive head coach.
I couldn't tell you either. Speaking of head coaches, though, going back to Steelers real quick, with Mike Tomlin stepping down, this is only their 4th head coach. Raymond, correct me if I'm wrong here. 4th head coach in organization history? 4th head coach in like 100 years? 4th head coach
in a long time for sure. I don't know about the whole organization. I know that's how it was with the Ravens, though, but they're a younger organization.
Yeah, I remember seeing something where like each head coach has held the coaching position for like 20 plus years.
Yeah, I mean, Tomlin's been there for 19 seasons.
It's insane.
They've had a few different head coaches, so.
But it's insane how the Browns, the Raiders, right, are on their 4th head coach in 4 years.
It's their 4th head coach since '66.
Wow, that's still incredible. Yeah. That's 60 years.
Yeah. Like 4th head coach in 60 years, while the Raiders on their 4th head coach in 4 years. Like, I just don't understand.
Some teams can't figure it out.
Some people need to be given more of a chance.
Right.
That's what I think.
So I think
that's enough coach talk.
To the point with Sirianni, I think he gets another chance next year because I don't know who you would replace him with, even though you have great coaches that are available this year. They're not going to go to the Eagles. So I think he gets another year and then if they have a down year that miss the playoffs, I think he gets fired next year.
One Super Bowl buys you like 2-3 years. So that checks out.
True. Well, that's enough coach talk. Let's get on to the Patriots against the Texans. What are we thinking here? Obviously, we know how Raymond's feeling. He said it last week and was wrong, and now I'm sure he'll say it again.
Go ahead, Raymond. Get it out the way.
I think Drake May gets exposed by that elite Texan defense. If Aaron Rodgers can't get it done, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, what makes you think Drake May can do it?
About 20 years of age?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is old as dirt, brothers. That's a horrible take.
And Drake May is young. He's young. He's inexperienced.
I get it. I get your hatred. I think Justin Herbert is an overrated quarterback, and there's no surprise that the Patriots won. But I do think the Texans' defense is strong enough to win them a Super Bowl. I don't think their offense is strong enough to win them a Super Bowl, but I think the Texans' defense can get it done. But there's no stopping Drake May, and that Patriots offense. The run game, even though the run game may not get going with their 2-headed monster that they've seemed to not use, somebody in the receiving corps will catch a ball and be open, and just Drake May's going to find him.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, CJ.
Thank you.
But for a little bit difference of reasons. Like, I agree that the Texans defense is elite, probably the best in the league, some could say. But we're such in a day and age where offense matters so much that because I feel like their offense lacks more than what their defense brings to the table, I don't think the Texans will be able to get it done against a complete team. And I do think that the Patriots, contrary to Raymond's belief, is a complete team and unfortunately might be running that division for a long time.
Thank you for confirming everything I said.
I think they're like two average sides of the ball, defense and offense for the Patriots. And like you said, it's an offensive league, but eventually that pendulum's got to swing back the other way and become a defensive league. I think this is the game where this MVP gets shut down. He's played against, like CJ said, the biggest frauds, and I will never bet on the Chargers again in my life, by the way.
I tried to warn you.
Yeah, I'd never do that again. I think they finally get a taste of what a real playoff game is going to be like Drake May does, and he gets exposed.
I mean, for the record, they only scored 16 points against the Chargers. The Chargers defense is okay, is pretty strong, but
it ain't as
the
good
lack
as
of points there kind of concerns me.
It ain't as good as the Texans, and if they can't
Right.
score 15 points or whatever, the Texans can put up that amount of points. So as long as that defense can keep them in the game, I think the Texans going to win.
Question, do we know, oh God, do we know the health status of Kirk? I know he went out with a with a head injury. I don't know if it was actually a concussion or
Nico went out with a concussion.
Oh, that's who I meant. Nico Collins. I have another name on the brain for obvious viral videos I've seen today, but Nico Collins is who I actually meant. Do we know the status of his head injury? Because Christian Kirk stepped up in a big way.
Proud of you for getting that right.
Dude,
no, I don't know this status. I'm sure Raymond is looking that up.
Yeah, it's nothing decisive yet. He said he could play, might not play.
That's a big difference. That's a big game changer.
They haven't really been using him. I mean, I know
he's just on the field for the distractions.
But at the same time, Christian Gonzalez, he also went out. So.
Yeah. I don't remember what his injury was. Was it hamstring? Was it also a head injury?
I thought it was also a concussion.
Yeah, I think it is. You're right. He's questionable with a concussion.
So that basically washes it out, I feel like.
Yep.
I'm very interested to see how this game goes because I am looking at the Patriots schedule here and I don't see anything of noteworthy competition.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference, though. CJ Stroud has 19 touchdowns on the year, and Drake May has 31 touchdowns on the year.
No matter one's got to go against that elite Texans defense, and the other one's got to go against the sorry Patriots defense.
I mean, have y'all seen the D line that they run on Houston? Dude,
no.
Those boys with Will Anderson and
yeah.
Brother, I'd hate to run the ball against them. My final answer, I'm sticking with it. Give me Patriots 5 million.
Ramondre gonna fumble 18 times.
He's fumbling for sure.
I do believe that.
I'm betting the house.
If you can bet on that, definitely place a bet. Ramondre will fumble this game, 100%.
The line's at half a fumble. I'm betting the house on a fumble from Ramondre, 100%.
100%. So, Raymond, for you, are you just going to use the Texans defense completely as the game changer here?
Yeah, defense wins championships.
Yep.
But it hasn't for a long time. That's why I think Drake May is going to be the game changer.
Philly defense last year was pretty elite, man. Shut down Mahomes.
Mahomes is on his downturn, as we saw this year.
You got your
I figured that could get you going too. I think Drake May is going to be the game changer here. I think he throws for 3 touchdowns, probably runs one in too.
I also think he's the game changer, but because he's going to throw a couple interceptions, cost the team.
Yeah, that defense. I think
we'll see.
I think Stephon Diggs is going to have 2 tutties. So call it a game changer.
Derek Stingley got to lock him up like he should be with his baby mama.
God.
Jesus. Let's get some score predictions here, boys. I think it's going to be 24-17 Patriots.
24?
Ooh. Wow.
You think the Texans are going to give up 24 points?
No,
yes.
No
More
shot.
points than the Chargers gave up?
To the Patriots, yes.
I'm going 13-7 Patriots.
13-10 Texan.
See, you must think that the Patriots defense is something. 13 points? That's what you expect?
No, it's just more a testament like that offense for the Texans is a little bit lackluster.
Okay.
But like Big X the Plug said, don't mess with Texas.
All right. Well, let's move on to the
Alrighty.
last game of this week for the AFC. The Bills, the Buffalo Bills, going into Mile High against the Denver Broncos. What do we got going?
I do want to, before we talk about this, make sure Raymond knows that the Texans-Patriots game is in Foxborough, and it's like negative 8 million degrees, and the Texans play indoors. I'm just saying.
But defense doesn't care.
Yeah, I know, but I think Mile High and the Broncos against the Bills. We saw Josh Allen struggle, I feel like, against the Jags. And the Jags, they deserve some respect.
They're a better team than the Broncos.
But I think there's no stopping that defense in Denver. I think Josh Allen gets it done in the first half and then chokes in the second half.
I don't think he gets done either half, I think we're going to see like back to 2018 playoffs, Josh Allen.
Let me ask you a question, Raymond.
What?
If it was any other team in the National Football League other than the Broncos on the other side of the football, would we be getting the same answer from you as we are right now?
100%.
Probably not. I'm an elite level hater.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. I know you're pretty consistent at hating on the Bills. So I just wanted to make sure that you weren't.
But let me be honest. I hate on the Patriots. I respect them. The Bills are truly terrible. Like, honest. Terrible.
I mean, technically, you're right. Technically, they are a losing franchise, right? How many Super Bowl appearances have they had?
They had 4 in a row and lost all 4.
Amen.
Like, all they have is Clark Kent over there pretending to be Superman. Like he just got the glasses on. He ain't got no cape.
Well, he's doing a lot more than anything in your team.
That ain't saying much. That ain't saying much at all.
I mean,
we could do better than his team.
You can't call him, or you can't call the team truly terrible when they're making the playoffs and yours isn't. So
that's just that's just on me for picking a bad team.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on.
What you got?
I've got a couple of stats here. Josh Allen, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Bo Nix, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Poor Bo Nix's arm, brother. He has 612 passing attempts on the year.
Christ.
Josh Allen has 460.
And this is why I'm trying to tell y'all that Bo Nix is a fraud. He's not good. He's thrown for the same amount of touchdowns as Josh Allen on 200 more attempts.
Right? I thought they were more of a run-first offense. Clearly, I'm wrong with the 600 passing attempts for the year.
Sean Payton for you.
My goodness gracious. But, however, Josh Allen has 25 touchdowns, and I don't know who catches the ball besides the tight ends.
Cade, Knox, Shakir, Coleman every once in a while.
I mean, Shakir, he's like probably their receiver, technically number 1, right? Because Coleman's a bum.
Coleman sucks, yeah. But Cooks also had a kind of good game again.
Well, he had a breakout game against Jacksonville. He still got it in him.
Yeah, he was catching some nice passes.
Some clutch passes.
It was good to see.
Bombs, too.
Yeah, I like seeing Cooks back out there. That was nice.
I think they had 2 receivers tear their ACL, didn't they? I know Tyrell Shavers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brother, now you're telling me, now you're saying things to me that I've never even heard of before. Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like the Bills haven't had a good receiver since Stephon Diggs left.
And Shakir had 12 targets, and Brandon Cooks had 5 targets, and then Kincaid had 5 targets as well. So I guess the answer to your question is Shakir is probably the true number 1 receiver there.
Yeah, just a slot receiver, though. Ain't nothing crazy. He gonna get locked up by PS2.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think so at all. I mean, I've voiced my opinion on the Broncos plenty of times this season. I think they're the most fraudulent number 1 seed we've seen ever, and I think that the Bills are going to handle this one with ease. I think I'm going to use the saying CJ said all year about the Bills.
The
Bills are going to
Bills.
So they're going to lose in the playoffs. Thank you. That's what they're gonna. That's what
they're gonna. It's gonna look like they're gonna lose the game, and then they're gonna win the game.
They have lost in the playoffs how many years to an AFC West team specifically? They're gonna do it again.
Yeah, you could tell us that.
Except all the other AFC West teams that they've faced and lost to were actually good. The Broncos just look like they're good, and they're not actually good. It's just like when I called it with the Jaguars. The Jaguars beat the Broncos.
You call it lightning in a
bottle. The Jaguars beat the Broncos with no problem at all. And I truly believe the Jaguars are the better team, and the Bills just handled them. I think they get this done in Mile High without a problem.
Insane. I think that score going to be a mile high in the Broncos' favor. Josh Allen ain't going to be able to breathe, dog. That air gets done up there.
I'm just saying that the Broncos this year have had the most comeback wins in football history. A lot of people are going to look at that and be like, "Oh, that's because they're so good." No, it's because they sucked the entire game and just happened to get the last drive done.
Josh Allen's not going to be able to adjust his cannon of arm to like the altitude, so his ball's just going to keep sailing on him. Like he ain't going to be able to link up like Bo Nix.
I like how we're getting ridiculous with it, but I think maybe the altitude helps Josh Allen, and he throws for like 3 80-yard touchdowns. So,
nah, it's going to go too far. Like he's going to overthrow his guys. You know, like he ain't going to be able to like.
So he does have really good arm strength. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but so does Joe Milton.
I'm gonna bait you into saying anything good about Josh Allen that I can.
He's good. He's good.
Fine. Let's get some score predictions here.
Now, after a further review, as you guys were just going back and forth, I was doing a deep dive on some stats here.
Love it.
Give me the Broncos by 1 million.
It's not going to happen, but okay.
Score predictions. I'm going to go, I don't know what I'm going to go.
Give me a spicy one.
I'm going to go 24-17.
That's not 1 million.
Broncos.
Raymond, what you got?
31-17 Broncos.
Well, that's funny that you say 31-17. I was going to say 31-10 Bills. So,
hey, no.
10.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are fake, dude. I truly think the Broncos are fake. I think y'all are gassing them up too much. I don't think it's possible. You want to look at people that they've beaten? Go look at the people they've beaten. It's nobody good.
Listen, all the stats I'm seeing here, the Broncos are better.
I'm with him. You don't know Bo.
You don't know Bo.
Okay. I know Bo threw 200 more times than Josh Allen and only had the same amount of touchdowns.
All right. When the Broncos win next year or this year, you got to draft Bo Nix in fantasy next year.
Okay.
Book it.
At his average ADP.
Okay.
Make it around early. Just make sure you get him, you know?
Yeah, you probably have to be honest. All right. Well, what's our bold predictions for this week?
It's going to be I ain't really got a bold prediction, honestly. It's going to be like an NFC West matchup for the NFC Championship. I don't think that's very bold at all. I don't think the Bears have a shot.
I was going to say that's likely, but yeah, the Rams just have to pull it off, and then it is. Go ahead, Matt. Let's hear it.
I think that Drake May will...
That's bold.
I think Drake May will have 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns.
I think he's got to go back to his wife and help her bake some cookies or something.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, now I've got to change my score prediction because I realized that doesn't add up.
It doesn't.
So 28 to 17. And there we go. That's the 4 touchdowns. Drake May is the winner of that game for sure.
I think Sam Darnold's going to have a career day against the Niners and chop it up and solidify himself as the guy that can do it instead of the guy that can't do it.
It's actually funny because I was thinking of the exact opposite. I was thinking he's going to crumble.
Ooh.
It just seems like he always does. But maybe
it seems like he always
does.
That's
what it feels like, but that's why it's a bold prediction, right?
Yeah, that's true. I guess mine wouldn't be that bold. So,
all right, boys. Well, hopefully we do better this week predicting than we did last week.
Hey,
CJ
I did
was
good.
The best out of all of us, but your bold prediction didn't come true because you didn't go 100%. So
no, yeah, I know.
All right, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know what you want to hear next week about these playoff games, and stay tuned for the college portion.
Josh Allen, Drake May suck.
Just
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, please follow us on all socials at Not Advised Podcast. Again, this was Not Advised Podcast, the fantasy football podcast based off of vibes and opinions. So if you stay winning off this nonsense we are spitting, we want to split in.